And I'm here at Intense Fitness. This is Sean Spire from primalfit.com. We're at this beautiful facility of Intense Fitness right now, and I want to teach you guys how to do the perfect squat. Squatting can be one of the best or one of the worst exercises for you, depending on if you do it correctly. But it's also one of the most primal movements that you can do, because all day you're doing squats. When you're getting out of chairs, getting out of bed, or sitting on the toilet, you're doing squats all day long. So you got to be able to do it right. First thing I do when I look at doing a squat, you want to be about hip width apart, and you want to make sure your knees stay in line with your toes. So if your toes are slightly pointed out, your knees should be going that way. But let's start knees right in line with your toes, straight toes forward, and feet about hip width apart. What you want to do is sit back like you're sitting in a chair, keeping your chest up nice and tall the whole time, and eventually getting your femur parallel with the ground. In order to do that, you want to make sure the center of gravity stays on your pelvis, which is the much bigger muscle groups with your glutes and your hamstrings, rather than on your knees, where only your quads are supporting it. It's going to be very hard on your knees if the weight is on your knees. So in order to do that, we want to make sure our knees stay behind our toes when we squat down. So you should be sitting back like you're sitting into a chair, rather than sitting forward, letting those heels come off the ground and those knees go right over those toes. So the best way to learn how to do that is either A, you can sit back in a chair and sit all the way back into that chair and then stand up, making sure the weight's on your heels, or you can come up in front of a wall, put your toes right in front of that wall, and now sit back. If your knees hit the wall, that means you're doing it wrong. So start here, and then you can eventually work your way back to sitting all the way up and down, making sure your center of gravity stays over the pelvis. So ultimately, your squat's going to look just like this. Once again, I'm Sean Spire at Intense Fitness for primalfit.com. That's how you do a proper squat.